Allow me to take this opportunity first to thank the Kenya Bankers Association for this opportunity to come together and to celebrate some of the great things that you've done in the course of the year. I want to confess I have no speech, but partly because it is good that you don't keep your bankers too long. You may talk to tipsy bankers, and it's not a good idea. But I want to start by saying PS Kipto and National Treasury, maybe on behalf of other Kenyans who can talk, I want to celebrate the work that has gone on in managing this economy. Where we were last year and the other year is not where we are today. Sometimes you had to go to the bank and beg for dollars, beg for hard currency. And even if you knew the manager, they would give you part or even give you a plan on how you will get it. Today, it is your account that determines how much you can withdraw. So I think that's really not what we hear kwa majirani wetu. So it's something that we must celebrate. But away from that, allow me to say, even the people who come to me, sometimes they say the economy is not doing well. I always refer them to look at how our banks are performing. And I think your end of years are testimony that things are working. And really, we would want to keep it that way. But in a nutshell, to just say that we celebrate the macroeconomics, not particularly very good. The money is there with the government. The money is there with the banks. But I think there must be a mechanism in which this money must get down there. I'm in charge of investment, trade, and industry. And one of the things we have noted that if you go to the bank and you want money to import something and you pay back in the next 6 months, they will listen to you. If you come and say you want to do an industry, they will not. So for that reason, a lot of times I go to meetings for different industries and sometimes I don't see the Kenyans. And that's not a good thing. That's not the Kenya we want in the long run. In fact, there are certain meetings I go and I feel like I'm in a temple, you know? So we must increase funding to our industries. We cannot grow the economy by merely trading. Going to another country, bringing products here, you make your quick money, but no country ever developed like that. So I think our plea to our bankers is let us look at the industries. That is the only sustainable way that the country can be able to move forward. Then also to say that I know in the political space, sometimes there's a lot of noise, a lot indeed, including like today. But the truth is the political noise has come down relative to a year ago. We remember not too long, even people had different hats, you know. Today, we are not there. We've had a by-election. Irrespective of the outcome, we celebrate that it was a peaceful election. So one party may win, another party may win, but what is more important is that Kenya can hold an election and tomorrow we move on. And that's really what's important for our markets, for our investors. They don't want to hear that there's an election and for the next 1 week, internet is off. I don't know what has not happened. We want to do an election for one day, have the results, and move forward. But of course, you see how we have covered elections. People are interested in, is it Tharaka Nithi or where? And 99% of us have never reached there. But suddenly we have interest in Malava. I've never been there. But the point is, let us look at the process. And I think we'll make it better so that we can move forward. With respect to politics, I know personally I've been in elective politics. I think one of the things we must agree is that it's not everything said by politicians that they mean. For example, when they say the economy is not good, do you think they mean it? That is just being a content creator, you know? Because the numbers are speaking a different, isn't it? So don't take them too serious because the reality is I'm in investment. I see how many of even foreigners who want to come to Kenya. And the problem is when Kenyans take some of these sentiments so seriously, they think like the world is ending tomorrow. But the reality is that Kenya, relative to the region, relative to where the world is, we're in a better place. Maybe no better place than now. In the last 2 years, we have not imported food. We now want to create a fund to build our own roads without having to beg to anybody. That's really where we would want to be. And I want to thank that the financial sector is also part of the reason why Kenya is enjoying that kind of stability. Lastly, is just to, I think the innovative financing that we have found in recent days, including borrowing of the balance sheet and the PPP, such as what you're going to launch tomorrow. The president is going to launch the Rironi Mau Summit Road. Now, this road, because I come from Nakuru, I can assure you I have slept in those towns in between. Tourism in those places has completely come to a standstill because you don't know if you go, whether you will come back in time. Now, using PPP, we're able to address that. And you can see what PPP has done even in the expressway. Everybody now plans his day in relation to the expressway. Even if you don't live on that line, but you want to connect using the expressway. So likewise, there are many ways in which you can use financing away from the traditional way, the patterns that we've done in the past, and I think that can go on. So I think mine is to request that, especially for our Kenyans, we need to create a positive conversation. This positive conversation hasn't been there. I think there's been too much negativity, and at some point, people believe that what they hear every day happens to be the truth. But I can bear testimony that that is not the case. Today I've had, this week actually, I think we have gone to many meetings, been called to many end of years. This is one of them. One to a milk company, another on biscuits, another tea, and they're all celebrating in their own small way. And in all those that I have gone, they are all giving me goodies of what they produce. I hope you are not about to break this tradition. God bless.